Jay is always gonna be like the greatest of all time to me because he a billionaire from the projects. And so I don't care where you from. You gotta be able to respect somebody who literally came from nothing and knows how to maneuver in both worlds. If I look at my position and I act like I'm better than somebody because of the position, it's like I don't fully understand who I am and I don't understand who you are.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like we have the same access to a higher power. This year, I made 20% of the money I made last year. That's an 80% dip though. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Like that ain't the same, bro. That's an 80% dip, and I'm just keeping 100.
Yeah,
like I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Y'all already know what's going down again, man. It's Fat Nasty Podcast.
That's right.
I'm one half of the Belly Gang boys.
Let me put my belly on your butt, you
And we're in full effect tonight. Before you do anything, go like, subscribe, comment, repost, tell a friend, man.
Tap that bell.
Tap that bell.
Tap that bell.
Tap that bell.
Tap
And
that
make sure,
bell.
man, you go tap in with my guys, Toulon S, man. Get you a toothbrush, man. Gums, gat, and grit, man. You know, get your teeth right, man. You know what I'm saying? Tap in, man. Tap in with my guys. My boy brought water today for us, all type of junk, man. You know,
We're waiting on that water, man.
Waiting on that, man. But
and he
man,
brought it in abundance, man.
And
We
he
got
brought it in
a load.
abundance,
Nigga ain't just
man.
bringing nigga a few waters, man.
But man, you know, man, we got somebody dope on the show tonight, man. For y'all who don't know him, he gonna introduce himself, man. You know, this is a dope show for us. We appreciate you coming to vibe with us and kick it, man. Like, man, somebody that I ain't gonna lie, that I like, man, look up to, man. Man, you doing your thing, man.
Paving the way for a lot of this, man.
And you from New York, so you know what I'm saying? We
Harlem,
love it.
Harlem, though. You know what I'm trying to say? You gotta be specific, though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. For y'all who don't know him, we're gonna let him introduce himself, tell you IG, everything.
Yes, sir. Ash Cash, the financial motivator, man. So I'm, a former 15-year banker. So I was a banker for 15 years.
Okay.
Author now, written 15 books. I'm one of the top financial educators on the planet, man. I got, one of the top business podcasts, Inside the Vault with Ash Cash. Over 6 million views, 156 countries. But above all, I'm a kid from Harlem, man. I'm from St. Nicholas Projects. 129th and 8th Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Home of the hustlers.
Chopped cheese.
You know what I mean? Chopped cheese, yo. Let me get that chopped cheese.
I had somebody tell us that the other day, said, man, if I can't go in there and call that nigga, I do not want to chop cheese from that nigga, man. That's crazy. Yo, New York niggas is crazy. If I can't go in there and say, let me get that chopped cheese. That's hard.
Don't forget the bag.
Don't forget the bag. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, man, how long you been in the A, man?
So I've been here 5 years. So I got here 2018.
Right.
Really just it was. I was making a lot of money from like traveling and doing speaking engagements and things of that nature. Y'all know up top, just you'll be making money and still feel poor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we was just like, yo, we gonna go. Me and my wife and my kids. We was like, yo, we gonna relocate.
Right.
We went to Atlanta. We went to Charlotte, and we said we're gonna see which ones we like the best.
Right.
Came to Atlanta, and the love was just the love was everything. But then, like, your money just go far, bro. The crib we had in New York, we sold it, came here, bought one for half the price, triple the size.
That's crazy. Hey, look, I swear, bro, when I first came down here from like Rochester and I went to my family house in Stockbridge, I was like, these niggas made it.
Facts.
You like, they getting money. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? 100%.
You be looking like, they got a yard and all this, man. What's going on? That's where it's motivation, man. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
So I heard you say, man, you just was in New York, man. Tell them about the experience. You just went back to New York for the first time.
New York was dope,
I see you take
man.
the kids back up there and all that.
Yeah, New York was dope. So, I'm fortunate enough, the mayor of New York City, I knew the mayor when he was borough president.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so, he happened to, be the mayor. Salute to my guy Syriac, who started an organization with the mayor called 500 Black Men. So it's really about just supporting us, as Black men, right? Because when you think about it, like, for years, women had a lot of, they get a lot of support. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's school, whether it's Black Girl Rocks, all that.
Girl power.
But they forgot about us, you know what I'm saying? And so really, it was an initiative to like bring Black men together so we could understand that we're not each other's enemy. You know what I'm saying? And so, we this is the third event that they had. I had the honor of interviewing Amin Rab Mashariki, Dr. Amin Rab Mashariki. He's actually he's a black dude, top scientist in AI. So he's one of the dudes that helped NVIDIA, get to where they are. He runs $1 billion fund for Jeff Bezos. So he's like a top dude, you know what I'm saying, in the AI space. And then I interviewed Robert Carnegie, who used to be a council member. He used to play for St. John, so he's 6'10", but he was a council member, but he also owns the largest marijuana dispensary in all New York State. You know what I'm saying? And so it was an honor to just kind of talk to them and really just learn about like the importance of owning the supply chain, right? Like knowing the supply chain. So like a lot of us, we'll drink liquor, we'll eat the foods and we'll smoke the weed or whatever. But like who making the money for making it? You get what I'm saying? Like who the distribution, right? Like if we gonna talk street work, right? You like who the distro, right? Like you think the dude on the street who's selling it make the most money, or you think distribution make? You know what I'm trying to say? So it's really. It's the same game. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about marijuana, when you think about AI, right? We all end users of artificial intelligence. ChatGPT, this, right? But who's making it? Who's programming it? And so we got to start kind of thinking from that perspective. So, going back to New York was dope, doing that. I also, was able to check out Book of Hove, right?
You
God MC.
You crushed me with that.
God MC.
You crushed me with that. You said that was the last, they shut it down.
Joint.
They shut it down?
So they shut it down on his birthday, December 4th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they had it,
How was
had
that
it for a few months.
How was that?
Now it's fire though. So I think for me, Jay is always gonna be like the greatest of all time to me, right? Because he a billionaire from the projects. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I don't care where you from. I don't care what hood you from.
Right.
You got to be able to respect somebody who literally came from nothing and knows how to maneuver in both worlds, from the corporate world to the street world. Because in fact, I believe this wholeheartedly. Anybody who's from the streets and understands the street game could be more successful than anybody in corporate America. I'm talking about Jeff Bezos. I'm talking about any, CEO. If they use the same mindset that it takes for them to be successful in the streets, they could be successful in corporate America. And I think Jay is the best example of that, right? He uses the same skill set, right? That it took him to be a hustler and successful in that world. And now he's using that in corporate, because corporate is gangster like the streets. It's just legal.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So how was it though? Like, what was some of the things that stood out to you? Like, because I wanted to go. I was looking like,
so
damn.
It's done, or they just closed it for the time being?
Yeah, it's done. So his team put that, he didn't even know it was gonna happen. His team put that together for him. So what they did was they wanted to really like honor him or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, while you're here, give him his flowers.
Give him his flowers while he's here. So they shut down. I'm talking about the whole lot. I'm talking about everything. The whole library was dedicated to Hov. So the outside of it had all his lyrics on it. They had a big screen that had, videos playing. You walk inside, the whole wall is like different, paintings of Hov from different time periods. They had like glass stands of all his albums. They had they redid the Baseline Studio, so exactly how it looked. They had documentaries, so it was like a museum of like all dedicated to Hov, and so just to kind of see that,
it just took you back.
Man, it just took me back. And then one of the things, so a lot of people don't know. One of the things that made me, I ain't gonna say famous, but kind of got me out here. So I've been writing books since 2009. In 2017, when Jay dropped the 444 album, I felt like everybody was focusing on him cheating on Beyonce. Like, yo, he cheated on Beyonce, the elevator thing, whatever. But that was 20% of the album. 80% of the album, he was talking about like generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? And so as an author, I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, people are missing. He talking about credit. He talking about cooperative economics. He talking about home ownership, generational wealth. So I started going to colleges teaching the 444 album, right? So I would go to colleges and I would like teach it. And the students would love it so much that I wrote a book called A Wake Up Call, Financial Lessons Learned from 444. And at first, I just did it because I was like, I'm just gonna rock with it. Yeah. But I guess because he was up for 8 Grammys and nobody had ever taught like a lesson based on an album, it went crazy. I'm talking about Billboard, Money Magazine, you name it, Rap Radar, you name The Source, any major outlet, I was on Google, everything. So that book went crazy. And so for me, even though, you know what I'm saying, it's my history, but I'm part of, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm part of it. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm part of the book too. You know what I'm trying to say? They ain't put my book in there. You know what I'm trying to say? They ain't put the page in there, but I got some history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the lost tapes. That's the lost files, man.
Facts. And to this day, man, the book does really, really well. It's one of my top. So my top book is I got a book called Hustlenomics. So I use Nipsey Hussle lyrics. And I teach business based on Nipsey Hussle's principles, and so that's my top book that I have right now, and then a Wake Up Call is number 2. So it was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? It was a blessing.
So you 15 books in.
15 books in, B. Yeah. 15. So for me, it's like I got so much. Like in God's will, by the time I got 40 books in me. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's just about living forever. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't like people don't realize the power of books, putting stuff in books. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, like when you have a book, like you never die, bro.
Yeah, you can't.
You know what I'm saying? Napoleon Hill died in the 70s, bro.
Yeah,
like people right now, if you while y'all watching this, if you go to Amazon right now and look up Think and Grow Rich, it's a #1 bestseller right now. Yeah. Right? This dude wrote the book 84 years ago. He died over 50 years ago, but we still say his name. Yeah. And so for me, that's been one of the biggest things, man. I feel like because growing up in the hood, they told me I was going to be dead or in jail by 25. And so I always promise, I say, whatever I do, I don't know what I'm going to do on this earth, but whatever I do on this earth, I'm going to make sure they remember me forever. Like I don't never, I want people to pay. Anybody who doubted me, anybody who said, he ain't gonna be nothing, anybody who, I got kicked out of school 5 times.
Right? I'm about to ask you, because you said you got kicked out in the 10th grade. How did you
I got kicked, let me tell you. I got 2 kids, right? I got a 14-year-old, 8-year-old, right? My son 8. I got kicked out in the 1st grade, bro. Like, I was 6. My first time getting kicked out, I was 6.
Yeah.
What are you doing at 6 years old?
You was wilding for respect.
I was wilding. But let me tell you,
you was wilding for respect.
But you know what I hate, man? So people don't realize this, but I don't like bullies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like people who take advantage of people. Right. So, we big guys. I was a big guy. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Right. I get busy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm nice with these. Gilly, call him. Gilly,
you want to get on the boxing car. You know what I'm trying to say?
Gilly, call him. He want to get on the boxing car.
You know what I mean? And so I would, people would pick on people.
That you knew. That was like,
and I would just be defending them. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Right. So 1st grade, I got kicked out for fighting. I got kicked out again in the 5th grade, right? 5th grade, and crazy as it is, it was another bully dude. You know what I'm saying? I was in the 5th grade. I remember math class. It was a bully dude, and he was bullying. Like, he would, pull a chair out. People would fall and hit their head and all that. And I'm like, do that to me. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, do that to me.
Do that to me, son.
And the thing is, unfortunately, it ain't the person who... it's the person who win the fight in school. In school, it's whoever win that get kicked out. You know what I'm trying to say? So I got kicked out in the 5th grade. In the 9th grade, I got kicked out for fighting again. 10th grade, I got expelled. But the 10th grade, I didn't do nothing.
Is 2 different things.
Right.
Just to let y'all know that. So kicked out, then you can come back.
You come back. Expelled means like, nah, it's out of here. See, so I grew up in the 90s.
Right.
So I went to Brandeis, which is a zone school in New York. Horrible. So that's when the Bloods and the Gangster, all stuff started happening. So I never joined the gang, but because my projects was heavily Blood, I knew all the Bloods. I knew all of them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the school and they getting wild. You know what I'm saying? They getting wild in there. And I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's all. You know what I'm saying? And it was one of those situations where the guards knew me for like, running around acting crazy, but I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But I never really got caught doing nothing. And so the Bloods had this big fight in the school. I was in the hallway. Security guard like, no, you was down. I'm like, bro, you know I wasn't there. You know I wasn't there.
Hey, it's like the boy that cried wolf this time.
Exactly. It was like, nope, you was the one. So I got expelled in the 10th grade. And then when I got back, so they took me to an alternative school. And I was
alternative school like jail,
it's
man.
Jail, bro.
Yeah, where do my mother? Bro, I don't know what alternative school like. When you go there, it's get better. Nah. Every alternative school is bullshit.
That's the island. That's Rikers, B. They ain't put me in Rikers. I did that.
They want you to go there. From there, you going to jail.
You going to Rikers, bro. So I did the alternative school for maybe a month or two.
Right.
And the rest of them, I watched all my children with my mother at home, B. So I was like, yo, I'm not going back to that alternative school.
Because you in there, I know you was fighting. I know everything. I
stayed home.
Yeah.
At 1 p.m., my mom was watching soap operas. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I just did that. And then, so the following year, I did the 10th grade over, and then I just was like, all right, I'm done. I'm done acting wild. Yeah. And that's when I just started, trying to.
So you graduating and stuff.
Yeah. I want to graduate in, and then my last. So I played ball. So I played JV, varsity, in high school. And then my last year, so public school athletically, PSAL rules, you can't play 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so because I did the 10th grade over, so my senior year, I'm ineligible to play. I could still coach, I could still like be with the team, but I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Yeah. And so I wound up getting a job at Blockbuster Videos.
Blockbuster, man. The other kids, that's gonna mess kids up.
They don't know nothing about
Blockbuster. Back then, Blockbuster was a spot you would have got you a couple movies, popcorn, candy.
Facts.
You got the red video games, all that. Like,
all that.
If you was a kid, your mom couldn't buy you that video game.
You go rent it.
The Blockbuster, rent it for the
rent
whole
that
weekend.
$5,
Yeah, for the weekend.
Be 5 days.
That's what I said.
Please be kind and rewind.
That is crazy, son. Please be kind and rewind.
Please be kind and rewind.
I swear, you just drop the Blockbuster tape off, you'll see mad little videotapes in the back. You get rewind because niggas will rewind them shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And put the right video in there too.
Yeah.
Now y'all say so we have to be like,
because niggas did niggas when the PlayStation came out, niggas was swapping them discs out. Like the new man, put the old man in there, get you a new man. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
You got to have a membership to be on Blockbuster.
Membership,
So how was Blockbuster? I heard you talk about that earlier. So how was the Blockbuster experience?
Yeah,
you said it helped you out a little bit.
Yeah. I think everybody needs to expand their mind, right? So my first book, Mind Right, Money Right, 10 Laws of Financial Freedom. I have this thing called See More, Be More, and I say that a lot of people can't be their best selves because they never saw what their best selves could look like. Like they don't see what the opportunities they have. Blockbuster changed my life because prior to that, the only interaction I had with white people were cops. You get what I'm saying? So I looked at cops as authorities that I had a negative view on. You know what I'm saying? But by the time I got to Blockbuster, I was working downtown, 9th and Broadway, so I had to learn how to be nice to white people, how to talk to them, because they were the majority of our clientele.
Right.
So now I got to learn about their culture. Now I got to learn about their struggles. Now I got to be able to watch certain movies that I wouldn't watch to be able to recommend, watch this movie, or I saw Titanic before anybody saw Titanic. Right. Because I had to, I had to be able to have that conversation. And so that expanded my mind because now I'm watching movies from different cultures. I'm learning all these different things to have these conversations. And I'm learning that, we ain't no different, right? A lot of times they try to make things about like black and white and, you know what I'm saying? Like they try to make us feel like we're the inferior race, if you will. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is that we all, like white people go through child support just like we go through child support. You know what I'm saying?
Welfare like we on welfare.
They actually on welfare more than we on welfare. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so learning about that, but then learning about the struggles of what a lot of them been through and what they were able to accomplish kind of opened my mind. And ultimately that's how I got into this whole banking world, because there was a young lady who worked at Blockbuster who was also working at Chase at the same time.
Right.
So I was there about a year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, about 2 years. I was like 19 at this time. And she came in the bank she came in a Blockbuster one day. And she was like, she work at Chase and they hiring for tellers. So I was like, yo, at that time I got promoted. I was assistant manager. Yeah. I said, yo, my next step at Blockbuster is to be a store manager, run my own store. Right. But who wants to do that, right?
Yeah.
So I said, yo, I could be a teller at a bank. I said, let me give this a shot. And so at 19 years old, I got my first job, my first bank job at Chase.
They don't get bank jobs to niggas, boy.
Yo,
that's crazy. Like, so for you,
they let me in the vault. They let me in the vault for real.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I know that's motivation for the streets.
Yo, they let me in the vault.
Just like that, they had to see
you got your suit and tie on, type shit, going to work.
With my extra big suit on at the time. I ain't know.
Steve Harvey.
You know with Steve Harvey on? I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? With the baggy joint. You know what I'm trying to say? But yo, it was like inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, yo, I'm at the bank. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing, like, my first time, like, seeing what $2 million look like for real in cash. Like, looking at that money. And it just changed my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gave me appreciation. You know, I started learning, obviously, about, like, money about wealth. Right. You know, to go in there and see somebody account who don't, like, they don't got no furs on, none of that. Yeah. And they come in looking bummy and they got $2 million, $3 million just sitting in an account. And I'm like, yo, this dude regular, right? This dude own a construction company. Like, this dude, hands ashy, ain't got $3 million in his account. So it really just, like, started expanding. And I guess the more, and that's why I go back to the whole see more, be more concept, because the more I started to see, the more I started asking myself, like, yo, why I can't do it?
Yeah. Or what I gotta do.
I can't make no bread. Like, why? Like, if this dude, like, at the time, if I'm 19 in my early 20s and I'm seeing somebody 30 years old who already touched the M, I said, well, I can't touch an M by 30. You know what I'm saying? So it just really kind of changed my whole perspective. And so I wound up moving up the ranks, right? From teller, personal banker, private banker, branch manager. I was a CEO of a credit union. So by the time I was 31, I was a CEO of a whole credit union. And at that point though, I started to see how much money I was making for the bank, right? Because now I run the profit, the P&L, the profit and loss statements and all that. And that's how I got fully into entrepreneurship, because I'm like, bro, if I could do this for a corporation,
I could do it for myself.
Why I can't do this for myself?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so then I just transitioned into entrepreneurship, and then here we are. You know what I'm saying? Like 14 years, right? So I've been an entrepreneur for 14 years.
Congratulations, man.
That's fire. That's fire. That's definitely all work.
It's been a blessing, man. I've been able to touch millions of lives. I've been able to, make a lot of money. I lost a lot of money too, you know what I'm saying, figuring things out. But overall, man, I'm just, just blessed to be here, man.
And you're a humble dude, you're a humble soul, man. When I first when meeting you, you know how sometimes you can see people on the internet and you don't know how the interaction may be.
Yeah.
And it was like, you would think we had already knew each other. I was just love.
Yeah.
And you was kicking it, and I'm like, dang, that was fire. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know what. So I have this saying, man. So like I believe, like, I don't care what your religion is, Muslim, Christian, Jewish. If you look at all of the sayings, all of the ancient sayings, they say we are all made in the image and likeness of God, right? And so I got this saying that I say we are greatness on display, G-O-D, right? So if God is the greatest, I'm the greatest too, right? And so greatness on display. And so what I believe is, like, I don't look at nobody and think I'm not better than nobody. Like, we cut from the same cloth, all of us, you know what I'm saying? And so I just know that I'm fortunate to have the position I'm in right now. But at the end of the day, like, first of all, the position ain't permanent, right? And so if I look at my position and I act like I'm better than somebody because of the position, it's like I don't fully understand who I am and I don't understand who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, we have the same access to a higher power that can help us max, you know what I'm saying? The moment we put our minds to something, we can do it. So for me, it's just, like when I see you, I see me. When I see you, I see me. So I never, get to a space where, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I think I'm better than nobody. And then the truth of the matter, from Harlem, B. You get what I'm saying?
I was going to ask you anyway. No, but I was going to ask you that anyway. Like, how I feel like somebody coming from New York that has that, you know what I'm saying, that can, like, know how to, you know what I'm saying? Because, they be like, oh, no, we just so cocky. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't cocky and you from New York, like, oh, you ain't from the city, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how does that feel, like, to know that you, like, you got that in you? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think, and then it's just me. I think, like, a lot of times when people be, like, extra cocky, it be low self-esteem though. It
you
don't
go.
really be like
They
real
be
power
coming.
is silent though.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So you got like, yo, I see my first dead body at 12 years old, right? So like I was raised by gangsters though. You get what I'm saying? So I like if you know the 90s was wild. It was wild.
That was the year of the revolver.
Bro, I seen I remember seeing like grown men stripped naked. Like they did shit, they did stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they would strip dudes naked.
That was before the internet and all that.
Before the internet. Like the drug game was crazy.
Right.
Like I seen grown men strip, like yo dudes brought the hammer, right?
Get
At the basketball,
butt naked
get butt naked. Like that was a thing. You get what I'm saying?
That just wasn't on New Jack City.
That's real life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching, dudes get. Y'all remember? So in my building, 24/6, right? The 6th building we called it. There's the back way of the building is really, really dark. So I lived on the first floor, apartment 1A. So I could see like back there. So that's where everything happened. Drug deals happen.
Niggas get laid down.
Everything.
Right.
So I remember like, one day I'm in my kitchen and I'm probably in my room, but I hear the noise and like, yo, please. And so I turn on, like I go in my kitchen, I'm watching. Dude is getting whipped, like butt naked. Dude's just holding him and he's getting whipped. I don't know what he did. Yeah. But so I seen all of that at an early age. I remember when the shootouts happened. I'm dumb. Like why we run into we would look for the gun smoke and we would run to it. Yeah. Like why we doing that? You know what I'm saying? As a grown man now, I'm like, that's stupid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But we did it. Yeah. So I remember like 11, 12 years old at the big park. You know what I'm saying? It was a shootout. Run over there. Dreadhead, dead. Yeah. And we just looking. Dudes out the window, y'all don't get out of here. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So for me,
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like just being around like gangsters and I know what it is for real.
Yeah, facts.
I'm not trying to pretend like I'm none of that. You get what I'm saying? Right. And I don't have this. And the thing is though too is like, I've been around stars, so like Arkell, salute the Rex and Effects, you know what I'm saying? Like grew up in my projects, Teddy Riley from my projects, you know what I'm saying? Right. And so I remember like going up to the hill and like when MC Light and Rex and Effects did Roughneck, like I remember being there, you know what I'm saying? Being around all that. Yeah. So to me, and anybody from Harlem will tell you that. Like,
y'all, it's crazy. Y'all, Harlem niggas is like Atlanta niggas. Y'all go to school with all the niggas.
Facts.
That's somebody. Like, that's how Atlanta is. That's why like a lot of people in Atlanta ain't starstruck because it's like they went to school with these niggas or something like that. Like, that's how Harlem is. It's like, y'all own world in New York City for 100%, real.
100%. So we've been around everybody. We know everybody. So we don't get starstruck. So the proximity though makes us, we feel like stars too. Right. And so we get to choose how we want to come about it. I think a lot of times the dudes that be cocky, the dudes who get money, and then now, you know what I'm saying? So you got to think about it, right? Like I've been popping all my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I played ball, so you know what I'm saying? I was getting chicks forever. You know what I'm trying to say? Then at night, I'm in a bank at 19, bro. Right. Like you don't think, you know what I'm trying to say? My first car was a Dodge Intrepid. I remember I had a Dodge Intrepid. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I've been getting, you know what I'm trying to say? It's relative though. It's relative, right? Like if you in your early 20s with a, you know what I'm saying? You got
that's a fact.
In the building, but like I said, you ain't catching the train. You got your own whip.
You know what I'm saying?
All the hoodies.
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I already know. So now, if you fast forward. And I got, you know what I'm saying, millions of views online and people are like, that's nothing. I'm used to that. So I'm not, it don't go to my head. A lot of these other dudes, respectfully, they was whack. They was corns, they was cornballs in high school. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of these niggas.
A lot of these, you know what I'm trying to say? A lot of them was like corny. So now it's they first, so here's the thing, right? Because I've been around dudes with money, because I had a little bit of money from working or whatever, because I had attention, like I'm already used to it, so I don't go crazy. Yeah. So now, but think about the dudes who ain't never really been around it because they was the cons. They ain't never, you know what I'm saying? They don't know what they don't know what a bad chick chasing after them feel like. You know what I'm saying? So now they get this bread and they start to act like what they think dudes with bread act like. And that's why they be acting all cocky and and they don't know that, you know what I mean? The chicks seeing them and they laughing. The real, you know what I'm saying? Real dudes are like, yo, this nigga's a lame. You know what I'm saying? And so I think for me, like the humbleness, you know, just because the thing is, I know who I am. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I know where I sit.
And you're comfortable.
And I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think whether somebody recognizes that or not does not change nothing for me. You get what I'm saying? If I walk in a room and nobody knows who I am and I'm good.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? If I go in a room and everybody knows I'm good. You know what I'm trying to say? It doesn't change nothing. So I think that's what allows me to just really kind of connect with people. And I love it though too, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's like, yo, we here to help each other. We here to build with each other. You know what I'm saying? So exactly. And so if there's a natural connection, if you ain't on no BS and I ain't on, I bet you look familiar. What's up? What's good? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I felt that energy when we was at the Friendsgiving. Shout out to Neo for inviting us to that. It was like real dope. It was a good vibe. You know what I'm saying? We vibed out. But I also want to ask you this, man, because like how you didn't become a product of your environment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're from Harlem. Like you said, I seen so much gangster shit go on. You could have been a nigga that wanted to sell drugs. You could have wanted to do all that. Like, how,
gang, any of that.
You could have did any of that. Like, how you didn't be how what do you think helped you not become that?
So 2 things, my OGs in basketball. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
So I think so. Number 1, like my OGs would put hands on me anytime I tried to act tough. They were like, "Oh, word, you want to be a street guy?" They'll throw you in the elevator. Fast shout out to my brother Ant Live, rest in peace, Scotty. They would throw you in the elevator. They would be like really like they wouldn't touch your face, but your body would be sore. And they'd be like, "Yo, this is what right in the corner." You know what I'm saying? And they would be like, "Yo, go to school. Yo, why you out here? Yo, go play ball." And so for me, basketball, like, you know, I've been playing ball since I'm like 10, 11 years old. So I'm playing every summer. I'm at 3 tournaments. So in the 90s, that's how I got away from getting locked up, Spofford and all that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was balling. I go to one tournament, then another tournament. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was it for me.
Fire.
There was one time though, right? So, and this is why I'm really passionate about talking to my brothers behind the wall, because I know how much mass incarceration decimated our community. You know what I'm saying? And so when we think about the 94 crime bill, what it did was it gave unfair laws, right? That took all the OGs out, right? So you got to think, regardless of what they were doing in the hood, there was order. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to older people, kids. Like,
that's how you raised. Because like back then, that's how your neighborhood raised you. Because he could say something to you, and your mom knew he was gonna get your ass.
100%. You know what I'm saying? So there's order. 94 comes, so you got to think from the year like 94 to about 97. I'm talking about like Rico. Everybody got wrapped up. So now you got this new breed of young dudes who are out here hustling with no guidance. Right. You know what I'm saying? No hierarchy. Everybody just doing their thing. And I remember one of my guys, it was 2 of my guys actually, they was 15 because I was a little older than them. They was like 15 and they was running one side of the project. And I'm like, yo, this dude getting money. You know what I'm saying? So one of my guys had the Tahoe at 15, all the girl, you know what I'm saying? And so that was the one time that I thought about hustling. I was like, yo, I got to get.
He got the Tahoe.
It's funny though. That's how I got the job at Blockbuster, because my sister actually. So my sister had the, you know, she was already a manager at Blockbuster.
Right.
And so I told her, like, we close. We are 2 years apart. We close. So I'm like, yo, I'm about to hustle and be like, I need these Jordans. Like, and so we was arguing. She's like, yo, what mommy gonna think? Mommy didn't raise us this way. And I'm like, nah. So we arguing.
Like, she ain't gonna know. She ain't gonna know. I'm paying the bills and all that.
Yo, if you I was like, because I ain't want to hear her talk. So I'm like, yo, if you give me a job, I ain't gonna hustle. And then she got me the job. So that was really like, you know what I'm saying? So between my OGs, between playing ball and my sister, they like really saved my life. So I don't even, and that's the other thing though, that's why I don't really look at my situation like, yo, I'm holier than thou, because, like, you know what I'm saying? I was one mistake away from a felon.
I was there.
You know what I'm saying? One mistake.
I seen my man with that Tahoe. I was going to get them Jordan. I was going to get that pack.
And it was easy because you were around it
every day. And this is my man.
This is my man. He not going to not put me in.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? So I was that close. And so for me, it was just like, you know, and that's why, like, I do the work. That's why I make sure I go back to the inner city schools and I'm having these conversations, because I'm telling y'all, like, it could go either way, right? If you choose this path, you're gonna be dead or in jail, or you could take that's what I did, right? I took the same I know the streets like the back of my hand. I took the same knowledge from the streets and I applied it to corporate. And I, you know what I mean? And I killed it on a high level though. You get what I'm saying? How does a kid from the projects become a CEO? One of the youngest CEOs of a federally chartered bank at 31. How does that happen? You get what I'm saying? I'm at the table doing billion-dollar merger and acquisition deals at 31 years old from the project. So I'm saying it's the same. How does a dude from the projects become an entrepreneur and is able to generate millions of dollars? How does that happen? It's the same. You know what I'm saying? And so if you and I will say this to my last breath. Take the same skills, the same thing, the same craftiness that it take you to get in
it's
trouble.
It's the principles of it all, man. It applies to everything across the board. With that, especially seeing it and experience of being from the street, and not even necessarily being from the streets, but just having that experience of being around that can show you, because it's real and it's cutthroat. So if you take that survival and that skill and that mentality and knowledge of what you know to maintain out here and can avoid them situations that's right there at hand, when you apply that into whether it's a job, the corporate, like you said, you're unstoppable. Because half of these people who in that, whether it was passed down, they was born into it, or they just privileged to be in this position, it's you really getting it from out that mud. And it's
you work to get it.
Exactly. So it's and they put you in that, you could really cut out the ignorance and the other shit to really just apply the mentality and the skill, get down to the core of everything. You can't lose, man, because you already having something that they ain't got.
And the thing, you gotta think about this. If you in the streets, you were successful with this level of pressure. You know the alphabet boys is after you, the feds probably after you, stick up kids after you, your ops, all that pressure, and you still successful. And the only thing, when you go to corporate America, you do the same thing. The only thing that can happen is you
get fired.
You get fired, bro.
Facts. Because I'm talking about all the way down to competition, to market, and finding out what's selling. This is all of that in competition. It's the same thing.
It's the same,
if you just apply it to this world, just be all right, let me just think about it legally, but apply that same knowledge to it is literally the same across the board.
100%. That's real.
Word.
So look, let me ask you, man. We ask people when they come on the show, man, are you petty? You got any pettiness with you?
Yeah, I am.
That's real. I like that.
But see, my forever pettiness though is always around people who sleep on me, right? Because you mentioned the humbleness, right? So sometimes you walk in a room and because I'm humble, people try to treat you like, yo, you ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not him. I know I'm him. But you know what I'm saying? And so I'm petty because don't act like
I pull these stats.
No, don't play. I'm trying to say, I know my numbers. You know what I'm saying? And don't try to treat me like I'm nothing. Then when you find out that I'm him dunking, don't switch though.
Him dunking.
Don't switch. Don't switch. Keep that same energy, my G. Keep that same energy.
That Harlem shit come out.
Keep that. Yes, that's my pettiness. So it's crazy because I do this. I do this all the time. Matter of fact, even in Vest Fest, I do it all the time, right? I remember, I think it was the second year in Vest Fest. Yep. Second year in Vest Fest, 12,000 people. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just walk through the crowds. You know what I'm saying? I have access to the back room and all that, but I just want to be with the people and all that. So, I'm playing it safe though, so I got security with me and all that. You know what I'm saying? And people running up to me like, yo, and I'm watching people look at me like, fuck out of here, fuck is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? They looking at me like,
you can feel it.
I can feel it. I can feel it hate. And I'm walking through.
Who the fuck home is?
They don't know me, blah, blah, whatever. And I'm extra nice talking to people, and some people are acting strange, right?
Right.
Then I get on that stage, and
they're like,
that's the. Yo, I was just, you know what I'm trying to say? And so now I see them, they caught the vapors. Vaughn, welcome to my store. You know what I'm saying? Offer me a job, but now I don't want it. You know what I'm trying to say? And so that's the, I don't think, that's the best feeling ever to be slept on. And it's a moment though. It ain't even a long time. It's just a moment that you watch somebody's face and they realize they go from, oh like I messed up. That was him.
Yeah.
Like, and I think for me,
and no access to me.
No access.
No, it's dead.
No access. Now it's dead.
It's dead.
That's the hurt.
You was just right here, and now you have
over
no.
there.
Now you over there. Now you can't even like. Now
even
if you even come into my space, I'm never gonna forget
because I know
because I already know who you are.
I felt the energy.
I felt the energy. I know who you are. And the best thing for me is that moment to kind of see that and feel that. And understand, like that again. That's why I don't do that
because you
nobody.
Never know who could be who.
I don't know who's who. Yeah. I treat everybody the same. Janitor, CEO, like the assistant, everybody. And to this point though, and here's a beautiful point is a lot of times people don't even realize I got a lot of access to stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the people that started out as somebody's assistant that you showed love to is now the head person.
Yeah.
And so now I could call that person and be like, yo, I need a favor. Yeah. Yo, matter of fact, so like we did the Breakfast Club, right? People don't know that the way I got on the Breakfast Club was Angela Yee does this thing called Wealth Wednesdays, right? Wealth Wednesdays is with Stacey Tisdale, is like her partner on Wealth Wednesdays. Well, a decade ago, I was teaching Stacey's son financial literacy. You get what I'm saying? And so now, like her son is in college right now. He played for Syracuse. So me and Stacey always was cool, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, always.
Now when she get that spot and she with Angela on the Breakfast Club, I'm like, yo, I got this thing coming up. I need to come. Nah, yo, I know Ash. Like, you're good. You know what I'm trying to say? And people don't realize that. People think that position matters. Like, yo, this person got the bag, so I'm gonna only pay attention to this person. This person ain't got the bag, so I'm gonna treat him like nothing. Nah, you gotta like for me, relationship. I don't care how much money I make. I don't care how much money I lose. Yo, my name and relationship is so good out here that I know I'll always be fine. I can always make a phone call
and be right back
and get an opportunity.
That's real. I want to ask you, man. So your first time speaking at the Vest Fest, how was it like? Being on the stage in front of all the people, and like, you know what I'm saying?
It was fire, man, because I think that, you know, the first Invest Fest was about 4,000 people. You know what I'm saying? I had already, you know, because I was speaking on stages already,
right.
So I had already spoken to. I think at the time the most I spoken in front of was like 5,000.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So getting on the stage was cool. You know what I'm saying? Right. And to know that this was a stage that was built by us, by the culture. You know what I'm saying? So it was great to know that, you know, like normally when I was on stages, it was like corporations or whatever the case may be, or colleges or whatever. But to be on that first stage, I was like, yo, like this is something that, you know what I mean? Like I remember when Troy and Rashad, I'm actually episode number 26 on Earn Your Leisure. Like people don't know that I'm one of the early
shit, man.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Talk your shit,
you know what I'm trying to say?
Early in the game.
Nigga, go check it out. Nigga. Episode 26.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's me.
Yo, we was in Troy's house in the kitchen with 3 iPhones. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember and you know I'm loud, so I remember they kept they was behind the scenes like we got the volume peaking. What we going? You know what I'm trying to say? So and I remember though too, because I remember when I did the interview, I pull up and I'm like, yo, it's a house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? I'm like, yo, I'm going to somebody's house.
Yeah.
So I called Troy. I said, I'm at the address you gave me, but it's somebody's house. He like, yeah, this is it. I'm like, word. So he come out. He's like, yo, you see the Benz in front of the house? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna come out. So I look, I'm like, yo, we in somebody's kitchen, B.
Yeah.
And to me, to go from somebody's kitchen to now to see what you know what the guys at Earn Your Leisure did is just like
crazy.
You know what's crazy about it? We started in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yo.
We started in the
kitchen on the island.
We was on the island.
Spot. We started our first episodes in the kitchen. Nigga.
I remember our first episode.
Podcast.
With your wife and stripper. That was our first episode. Podcast.
We was in a spot in the kitchen and looking at it now, and it's just like, no, we far from done, but it's just like seeing the expansion and hearing that story.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, that's what it's about.
And you know what it is, and I think that just speaks to anybody who is scared to start.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of times people look at the highlight reels and they look at the end. They look at the Earn Your Leisure. They look at the Fat Nasty podcast. They look at the Ash Cashes. They look and they be like, oh yeah, I want to get there.
Yeah.
But you don't realize this is now we started in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I got videos,
Me
same
too.
thing. I got videos 09 with a chipped tooth.
Yeah.
Y'all chipped my tooth playing ball.
Yeah.
With chipped tooth thinking I'm cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In my kitchen doing
Nas had
motivational
niggas
videos.
with chip
all
too. Nas had that walk around
That's
with
a
chip
fact
too.
though. Nas and Fab though.
Yeah. The kid got his chip tooth fixed.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so a lot of people want to skip the steps.
Yeah.
But it starts somewhere. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so the first time I'm on stage, was fire. Second year was different though, right?
Yeah.
Because second year,
because like you said, I'm Himothy now.
I'm Himothy now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got a little notoriety. People know, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And now it's like 12,000 people.
Right.
So now I'm like, oh. And that's one of the reasons though I wanted to be in the crowd, because the truth is, it's so many people you can't even see that far back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You only see it's lights in your face. You only really see the front.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And so to be able to, the second time I was on stage was like, one of the best experiences. I mean, this last one was everything for me because it's 20,000. Matter of fact, I spoke 3 times at Invest Fest. This, the last time I did a panel on recidivism. So I interviewed Sean and we talked about like recidivism. I did the main stage with, Mav Carter, Humble, and Zoe. 20,000 people was crazy. And then I did another stage. We talked about AI, about 7,000 people. Funny enough, though, each time I was nervous, though. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, why?
Because, like, so I get nervous every time I perform, if you will, because I feel like, I never want to waste words, right? I never want, like, just like in this podcast, like, I'm very intentional about, as I'm answering these questions, I'm like, what lesson can I teach in the answer? Because I don't want nobody to watch this and be like, it's cool. Yeah. Like, I want you to learn something. Like, I want, like, I don't want to waste your time. Yeah. So I want the reason why you watch this, even if it's one thing, to be like, I got it. Oh, I'm going to implement this, or I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so every time I get on stage, every time I perform, I always, like, ask the Most High, like, what is my intention? Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want me to, what am I giving to the people? You know what I'm saying? And I get nervous because I want to make sure that what I'm asking to give, the people actually get it. You know what I'm saying? And you just never know, because a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like when you do stuff that's recorded or whatever, it's easy to, like, you know what I'm saying, to edit or whatever. Yeah. But when you're on stage, or when you're on live television, or when you're on, nigga, you got one shot.
Yeah.
You got one shot.
You gotta shoot it.
You gotta shoot it. You know what I'm trying to say? So
the crowd too. Yeah,
that's all. I was like nervous, but like each time though, what I usually do is I always do like affirmations. You know what I'm saying? Before I go on, I go on there. I tell everybody to stand up, and I do affirmations so that way they could give me the energy back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I scream out an affirmation, they give me the energy back, and now they hype, and now they waiting. Yeah. And so now I kind of feed off of that energy.
You'll control the crowd.
Yeah.
And a part of that is walking around in the beginning. You feeling them. So 100%. Now they already feeling like, he with us. He ain't acting too crazy. Then he understand. He was just rocking. So they already receptive to whatever you say, like, he really rock with the people.
100%.
So when they give that and you give it back, it's like, all right.
Yeah,
word.
100%.
That's fire.
You see any petty shit today?
Petty Friday.
Yeah, petty Fridays.
Nah, I was at the spot today. I chilled today on Friday. Yeah, with my
I ain't really see nothing petty neither.
Me and my daughter kicked it today. I ain't seen nothing petty.
But I gotta ask you this too, man. What's your mental state from a 1 to 10? You can't use 7. Like, how you feeling? Because you're an entrepreneur.
Sheesh, mental state from a 1 to 10. Yeah. To be honest with you, today I'm an 8.
Okay.
Right?
Elaborate.
Today I'm an 8, right? Last week, if you'd have asked me, I was a 4.
Damn.
Right? And I think that the one thing people don't realize about success is it's easier to be nothing. Right?
Yeah, fact.
There's no responsibility to be nothing. Nobody's looking for you to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You might, like, probably a few people are like, yo, you got potential. Right? They'll give you a pep talk, but they're not they not relying on you.
Yeah.
They don't, you know what I'm trying to say? Like there's nothing that's riding on your success.
Yeah,
if you're successful, you're successful. If you stay a bum, you stay a bum, right? But when you reach to a level of success, I think there's a pressure that people don't realize because now, number one, you there's people whose lives depend on you, right? So for me, there's people who expect me to show up to inspire them, to teach them some stuff. There's people part of my team that I pay to make sure, you know what I'm saying, like that I could get the maximum reach that I can. And so when the ebbs and flows in business happen, all of that pressure is on me. You know what I'm saying? And I think so. This year, like last year, I made a lot of money. Last year, this year I made 20% of the money I made last year, right? And while I'm still top 1%, right? And to be top 1%, 400,000 or more, right? Yeah. So I'm still top 1%, but I'm not. That's an 80% dip, though. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say? Right. Like that ain't the same. That ain't the same, bro. That's an 80% dip, and I'm just keeping 100. Yeah, like I ain't gonna lie to y'all, right? That's an 80% dip. Yeah. So I'm sitting here like, because you start making money, you start making plans. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
And we going here.
I start thinking like, yo, like I was gonna buy a whole building. Like you know what I'm trying to say? I was gonna buy my whole building. I was gonna do a podcast, all of that. Right. And I looked this shit, I'm like, damn, a lot of stuff didn't pan out the way I wanted to pan out. And so I go between a 4 and an 8 constantly because they say when somebody's depressed is because they're looking too far in the past. When somebody's anxious, they looking too far in the future. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody's anxious, they got anxiety, it's because they looking forward to something, whether good or bad. They want it. Right, they want it. They looking forward to something in the future that didn't happen. When somebody's depressed, it's because they're not focused on where they are right now. They focus on the past and what happened in the past and where they could have been and all that stuff, right? And so when I'm at the 4s, I'm like, damn, man, I'm almost like in a depression, you know what I'm saying? Because again, even though I'm making money, it's still like, damn, it ain't what I projected. It ain't what I wanted. It ain't where I thought I would be. And then, every now and then, so that's why I started playing ball again. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that the things that make me happy, boost my mood, even though my knees are on fire. I'm talking about on fire right now. You know what I'm trying to say? Like Jadakiss, the headphones on fire.
Time around style.
Yo, my knees right now, you don't even understand because
I'm feeling your pain.
Yo, bro,
I play
my basketball weight was 208.
I played basketball and football.
I was 208. Moving. And if you ball, your mind don't know that you got this extra stuff on you. Your mind just know
that you used to
just go.
How you work.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm pushing my body.
Achilles get tight.
Yo, I'm pushing my body like I'm 208.
Yeah.
And so you know what I'm saying. But I have to do it because it works on my mental. You know what I'm saying? And so and I'm an 8. I'm an 8 right now. My mental stays an 8 because regardless of what happened in the past, 24 is looking really good though. You know what I'm saying? Like
you got a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff coming, a lot of opportunities that are just falling in my lap. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing. So a lot of times people, regret certain stuff. The same thing though that I was regretting. The same thing that was like, damn, how did I lose? Not lose, but how did I not make this much? How did I not make this much? How did I go from a 80% dip this next year? Some of those mistakes, right? It was mistakes that I made. Some of those mistakes wound up being a blessing though, because if that didn't happen, some of these opportunities that are coming up would have never came. You get what I'm saying? And so that's what's keeping me, balanced. That's what's keeping me on that 8. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, to get to that 9 or 10, drop a bag, B. Somebody.
Yeah, drop a bag.
Drop a bag.
Drop a bag.
That's the cure. Give me a bag. Give me an unexpected big bag.
Yeah,
I'll get to 9, 10 easy. But, you know what I mean? But right now, I'm at an 8 because I'm anticipating a lot of these opportunities.
What about you? What you on?
I'm a smooth 9. It's been a good week just because of the consistency, knowing the holidays coming and being able to still get people to come and rock with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely, we just cracked 200 episodes too, and then to come and still have, you know what I'm saying, a name like yourself, it feel good just knowing the progression and seeing it, like wrapping the year up and looking back at what we did throughout this whole year. It's like, yo.
And it was a tough year.
Yeah, it's like, yo, with everything that's...
I thought this was going to be like Joy year. This shit,
so,
Joy year was tough.
It's like, it's still a
I can't wait for Kobe year to hit. I can't wait for 24 to hit. Because Joy year was tough.
Facts.
But for real.
That's 200 episodes is big.
It's fire. Yeah.
Right,
bro.
Because that's the thing, right?
Consistently, every week dropping.
And people don't realize how... So that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't realize how hard it is to have a podcast. Like, they see everybody doing it and they think it's just easy. Yo, a lot of people don't get past 50 episodes. Like, that's the sweet spot.
YouTube give you 10.
Might not,
YouTube give you 10 episodes. They say YouTube said after 10 or 15 episodes, you're done. You're not going to do no more. You get what I'm saying? So this 200 episodes with us, with nobody backing us, with nobody, just me and Cuz. You get what I'm saying? And the help of my guy, just looking out, you know what I'm saying? Helping us out and keeping us going. You know what I'm saying? That's what, like, I ain't going to lie, that's what be keeping us, like, when we do, like, when you outside of this, your mental state be all over the place. But when you get here, and like I said, get somebody like you to vibe with us to come kick it, man, like, man, this is like putting us in the right room.
100%.
You get what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, man, what, man?
Yeah.
We know who Ash Cash is. Like, we know what's going on. Like, you get what I'm saying? So, like, this always sometimes put me at a 10 because it's like, damn, man, we in the right space.
We doing what we gotta do.
We gotta do.
And that's the blessing about it though too. That's what I love about podcasts too. Is it puts you in the right rooms. Like I've done major business deals with guests. You know what I'm saying? Being able to vibe with them, being able to have conversations, and then we keep that relationship, and then there's an opportunity to do something different. You know what I'm trying to say? And then as we learn, right? We might, you know what I'm saying? I might be like, all right, what sponsors y'all need? You know what I'm trying to say? Like really just kind of like being able to just be in that same energy is just a blessing.
And that's dope. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, like Rick Ross said, it take one person. It take one person to be like, you know what, man? I feel y'all. I feel the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that Friendsgiving, like shout out to Neil. We kicked it like the last 2 hours together. It was us three. And we was chopping it up. Then we ended up getting on the bus and ride home. And we still was chopping it. And it was just like, damn.
I was gonna say, feel like you would have known a nigga forever.
You know what I'm saying? So we had some good ass stories. We kicked it like, man, I remember how the event festival was going up. You know what I'm saying? So that even make you like, damn, son. So that's why I say, man, like, just the vibe of this is always dope.
And it just feel good, not coming just to feel good, to get in there. Because it's a lot of people who doing a podcast, you feel me? And a lot of people, not taking nothing away from other people who do what they do, but it's like certain people come from certain places. You understand? Like certain people do what they do off of it. But it's like to really get in there and see someone of a success level and doing what they do and really could resonate and identify with us. Like, 100%. Damn, like we were talking to you and it was like, damn, this know this nigga. This nigga
what you doing on Sunday? We watch football together. Basketball.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
it was just like a vibe.
Because it's like, and being from a place, like how you said, you could take, like, we from around that. So, but when you come in these corporate spaces and you was like, the conversation don't be the same. So you adjust to try to identify and be in these places and still keep it how you can, but to be there and it's like, damn, we ain't even got to put that coat on. Like, we talked to this, like, it was like, and he a successful, and he a nigga of these same people, so it's like, that's fire, you know what I'm saying? That mean the world's like, damn, that's ill.
So look, man, we got this joint called the Icebreaker.
Now, you ain't even talk about what
your mental state.
My mental right now, like I said, I'm at like a 10. Because I'm good, like I said, we got a vibe going on, like, you know what I'm saying? And like, just, I ain't gonna lie, like, I feel like the end of the year, the holidays, I feel like, You always get closer with your family. I took Christmas pictures last week with the family and put my pajamas on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm in a good state. You know what I'm saying? Like even on the outside, I was all that. Then they had snow, fake snow going in their head.
Let it snow.
Man. You know what I'm saying? We got my little nephew birthday coming up this weekend. Well, he like my little cousin, but my nephew.
Yeah.
And he like I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the year, like sometimes you just be needing your family and stuff like this, like good vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this right now been putting me at a good vibe, man. And I ain't gonna lie, like you said. Man, 23 been like punching a nigga in the chest. Like,
you know what I'm trying to say?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he had been ducking weed.
And you know, it make you feel good because, like, you're not the only one going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like when we go on camera, like, I got homeboys that do filming. Like, you know, the film industry was down. So it's like, we'll sit and talk about that off camera. Yeah. Like, people trying to put the stuff together and they're like, I remember, like you said, you remember, like 2 years ago, nigga, we had to go get 15, 20,000 real fast. Now it's like, man,
I'm talking about, like, yo, last year, it was just
like, you know,
it was raining. I was like,
that was the Emmitt Smith year. That was the Russian year. That's a fact. Jordan year. I don't know what Mike did to these folks.
And the people don't be understanding that because they'll see it and they're thinking, okay, we still seeing it. Look like it's not knowing you just took a dip like that. So they still expect you to handle certain or be of reach or a contact like, yo, well, I need this ass. I was like, hold on now, like
so that's why we always ask people like that mental state because man, like I said, like man, you could be going through some stuff, but
we all do
can trigger you off. Too. Like you like man, what nigga like?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm going through, nigga. I just lost 2 buildings
that's
and all that. You know
what I'm saying, bro?
Like because like I had to tell one of my cousins this like my struggle is different from your struggle. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Your L might be a crazier L than my L, but we both struggling. We both taking L's. Yeah. We learning lessons at the same time, but it's like somebody fucked up is always different to another. His fucked up is different than my fuck up. Yeah. My fucked up is different than your fucked up.
Yeah.
A lot of men don't see that. They go to, you know, like when we fronting, like, nah, nigga, he ain't fucked up. I seen him pull up and nigga, I'm fucked up. I had to pay all the bills, bro.
Exactly.
I had to do this. And so like times like this, like being with your family at the end of the year, that's why like I ain't one of them niggas that's taking no holidays, nothing from my kids. I got to be there with them and I got to, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to cherish these moments, man. Like you said, you look around, they 5. Like you said, she 14.
14, bro.
You get what I'm saying?
Like in high school, yo, literally tomorrow morning, so she, you know, she go to a private school here in Atlanta, and all, you know, they all rich kids,
right.
So they freshmen driving to school. So now she like, Dad,
it's that time.
It's that time.
It's time to put me in the parking lot.
So tomorrow morning, literally, I'm dropping like early in the morning. I'm taking a Home Depot parking lot, and we going, you know what I'm saying? It's time to drive. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
right. So like, and you looking like, damn,
that's my baby girl. Be like,
damn,
son. You about to drive to school like you ready to. Like,
you ready to leave me?
Sheesh.
You ready to leave me already?
You ready?
Yeah.
Already? I thought I had you till 30.
Yeah. That's dope.
That's how I be feeling.
I like we both got girls. I be like this, man. My baby all playing with the phone. And I'm like, damn, you don't want daddy to hold you anymore? No, get away from me. I'm like, 5. Chill out, G. Come here. I had to put my dad mode on. Like, man, you come here, man. Stop playing with me. But for real, man. So like, we do this joint called the Icebreaker.
So
I gotta ask you, man. You gotta pick now. Belly or paid in full?
Paid in full. That's easy. I'm from Harlem,
yeah, I'm about to say
I can repeat paid in full word for word.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie 1,000 times, bro. Nah, I mean, salute the Nas, salute the, you know what I'm saying, to DMX.
Yeah.
But that's a Queens, you know what I'm trying to say? That's a Queens movie, B.
Hey, yo, so did you ever know this in Paid in Full that they like took a shots at Queens niggas?
Nah.
All right, so you remember when Porter Man got robbed? Yeah. He's like, nah, you niggas gonna be getting money in Queens in a minute. You niggas gonna get right. You remember something like that?
Facts though.
That was like a little shot at Queens niggas. He's like, you niggas gonna get right in Harlem. You niggas gonna be getting money in Queens somewhere. Nah, Paid in Full.
Paid in Full for
So
sure.
what was one of your favorite parts of Paid in Full?
Man, favorite part of Paid in Full?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a hooper, so it's probably when Mitch was like, yo, when Ace was like, yo, come show love, man. You know what I'm saying? Come get some of this love, man. But it's the same, but it's the same part where they're talking and he's telling him like, yo, man, we gonna have, he was like, yo, we gonna have matching babies in 10 years. He was like, 10 years? Nah, more like 10 days, right? And I love that part because it's like the power of the quantum leap where you're like, nah, bro, like stop thinking so small. Like, yo, like we can do this
right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope. What about you? What about you? Paid in Full or Belly? Cause you ain't a Harlem nigga.
I'm not a Harlem nigga. I'm not. You know what's crazy? I was watching Belly like 2 nights ago.
Right.
Belly is ill in his own sense, but it's like, damn, paid in full. That's a good ass question. Belly or paid in full? I'm gonna do. Damn. So I gotta do that. But G shit, just off of, cause for me, paid in full gave you more of a whole story. Like they laid it all the way out. You seen every stage of it, from being broke to find the plug to get money, friendship, loyalty with friends, like how he turned on his friend. Belly just gave, like, it was a story of nigga. They was up. For one, they was doing what they did, but they had to be up. Both of them niggas' cribs was already lit. Bun's crib was crazy, and Nas shit was crazy. Like they was already having paper. Like whatever y'all was doing, that was already up. Like
my boy wasn't
so I'm gonna take. So I'm gonna take. He was working. Nigga was working a job. Nigga, don't call me lucky, man. You feel me? Like, so I ain't did that shit. So $75. I want my $75.
I want $75.
Yeah, so paid in full for me too.
I like paid in full my shit.
Yeah, paid in full my shit.
I guess what, the shit about Belly was, I think, like, when Belly came out, I think I was kind of younger. And, like, Belly was just like to me, Belly felt like because Hype William do videos, so it felt like a video to me.
Not 100%.
Like, a video. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it made me feel like a video. Like
but it's, G shit, though, too, though, it's mad jewels in Belly, too. Because, that scene with the little nigga who was hustling, like, when you come from his scenes, like,
Shorty was 12
it's like, he had to kill a nigga on him. Like, that shit was real. Like, that shit was
and Shorty was smoking big blunts and all that. Shorty was different, you know what I'm saying?
And it came coming down to where how they tried to, like the system how they tried to get X to do that shit at the end. Like, this man is powerful. We need to put an end to this man because he moving y'all in a way that we don't need that power. Like, they thinking it's just like, oh, go kill this, but it was like, it was a message behind that. You know what I'm saying?
What about you? What was one of your favorite parts in Paid in Full?
Paid in Full? My favorite part of Paid in Full? Let me see. I got a few joints in Paid in Full. It ain't even that. It's my favorite part. I just like that part. And why I do like it, because what's crazy, this is how I know it's a valuable joint, because he damn near did the part tonight where he was like, any nigga that ever looked at me wrong.
It's dead.
That's some foul shit
that nigga said anything. He said, shit. I thought he was going there with him, but he was just speaking his piece. So I'm like, that's some Harlem shit for real.
I ain't gonna lie, one of my favorite parts is, shout out to my nigga Meech for beating that murder rat. A good nigga down. I'm like, this nigga bitch just got a whole body. They did it for real. Y'all niggas in the club talking about, shout out to my nigga Meech for beating that murder rat. We can't keep a nigga down. It's like, God damn. Some niggas really just killed some niggas. You know what niggas talking about? Shout out to this nigga for beating that murder rat. Fuck the nigga you killed. We want you on the streets. Yo, that shit was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
That movie's legendary.
And it was fresh. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
First time I seen that shit, I'm like, yo, what is this shit?
The other thing that was dope to me, my man, because, like, if you notice, like, the role reversal switch. And Porter was cool with the role switch. You know, before Mitch was, he was the nigga. A wasn't the nigga. A was at the store working. When he go down, he go to jail. He come home, he like, damn, you got a little man walking up, giving me packs of money and shit. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't mad with being what position he was in. He wanted no hating shit. He wanted like, yo, like how grimy ass Calvin was. It show you that. It show you like Calvin was on like, nah, nigga. I remember I used to give you packs. Nigga, cause remember Calvin was in the door like, styling on him and shit. Now he's like, nah, you gonna give this how I'm giving it to you. Or you can step. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it be so
Calvin can take that role. If you see how when Porter came home, he was like, oh no, my man, I'm still
yeah.
He gave me a cherry pit. He got me right. Give me some of them joints. You know what I'm saying? But Calvin came home. Calvin like, nah, nigga. To me, you still a little.
Right.
Still, you know
yo, you schooling your man like that?
Nah. Ace.
I don't gotta do that with him.
Like, Lucky. He like, nah. They call me Ace. You know what I'm saying? So that was like one. That was a lot of like, damn, he like, nigga, I gotta show you.
But that's real shit. That's in the same. That's in the streets though too. For real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to a space where like it's certain people that can still call me little bro, right? Like my OGs, y'all can still call me little bro. But bro, if we ain't really like, if you older than me,
right?
Nigga, that don't like. I'm not your little bro. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
like, don't try to little bro me. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm the big homie. They still trying to little bro me, dog. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you can't. And that's a street thing. Because what happens is they look at you and they trying to remind you, like, yo, once upon a time, because you was born before me. That I was a little, of course, but nigga, I'm in my 40s, man. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? And,
and that's how Calvin was trying to do my son. He was like, nah, Ace, be
little bro, Ace. Ace is the man out here.
Yeah, like, nigga, you ain't heard? I think you heard behind the ball.
I heard you. I know you heard it.
And Ace was doing that off the trend, like how it's so crazy how we talked about that, because it's basically what we were saying even with tonight, like understanding a man's position and not judging it.
Right.
Mitch knew he was having money.
Yep.
And Ace was his man working a job. He could have easily been like, yo, I'm gonna give you this paper. But Ace was always like, nah, I ain't on that.
Right.
I'm chilling, I'm doing this, until he found it, like, you know what? Let me try that. Right. And how we say it could just be one chance or one time to have you in that life. Because Ace was working a job. When his sister and doing regular, his sister was messing with niggas. And he was like, yo, I'm going to do this. And he found it, caught a plug.
Right.
And was just like, yo, I'm going to do it. And his man respected, like, yo, you know what? You was never a nigga trying to do none of this. And then it's like, but now you're in position to be the man. I'm going to play my position. You the man. Ain't no judgment, like I'm rocking. We eating together. That's it. Yeah, paid him for the one.
That movie got a lot of jewels.
Yeah, facts.
It do. It was dope. That's why I was saying. So let me ask you, man, what made you start your podcast, Ash?
Man, so I actually used to do radio in New York. So I did radio. I did radio 4 years.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I was a WACR. It was like a community radio station. It was on FM though, 90.3 FM. And so I did radio for about 4 years. So from 2014 to 2018, every Friday I had something called the Ash Cash Show. And I just enjoyed it, man. Like I enjoyed, being able to talk to people, being able to teach people. And then when I moved to Atlanta, it was just a free, like I wanted to do radio again.
Right.
So I started looking, you know what I'm saying? So I would do guest spots on Magic, on Magic, on what's joint Reese was on? I forget, but it was like two.
Reese?
Yeah.
Was it Reese? What you talking about? Reese light skin?
Yeah, light skin Reese. Yeah. So he had a show.
That's my guy, man. Shout out to Reese. He always
salute,
he used to bring the little bull and all that to the boys and girls club.
Yeah.
Shout out to Reese.
Yeah. So Reese had a show. So I used to be on.
I think he like 94 point something.
Yeah, I met Reese or 103 or something like that.
I met Reese playing basketball and we was cool ever since.
Yeah. So I used to do Reese show. I used to do Maria Moore show on Magic, and so I was loving doing radio, but I realized, especially like in Atlanta, people had their positions, right? So it would have been tough for me to do radio in Atlanta. And then when I just started to see, like I was like, y'all want to get back on and do a podcast, so I started planning out the podcast. And honestly, when I started seeing like EYL, what they was doing with the Earn Your Leisure podcast, then they did Market Mondays, and they was like, yo, we about to start a network. Yeah. And like I said, I was one of the early episodes, so I already had the connect and the contact with them. Right. Those were already the bros. So I just hit them like, yo, y'all about to start a network? I said, yo, I got an idea that I want to do for a show. And then we locked in, and so I did the podcast, and my first episode was Candy Burris, actually. You know what I'm saying?
So like, dope.
Yeah. So I kind of like was cheating. No, I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even gonna work my way up, because in my mind, I already did radio for years. Yes. So I already got the interviewing skills and all that. So I said,
you already got the network.
Exactly. And I know they got the network. So I said, I'm gonna just go out the gate, guns blazing. You know what I'm saying? So that was the reason why I started it. And then as we started to develop the show more and more, I started finding like my voice. You know what I'm saying? And I say this all the time. Salute to my brother Alex, Good Energy. Alex changed the trajectory of my show though, right? Because in the beginning, I was trying to do all like celebrities and, just trying to get as much attention as possible, right? So I did, Kirk and Rashida. That was a dope show. David Banner, Deb Anthony. So like, I was just like kind of getting the whole celebrity vibe. And so me and Alex,
shout out to Alex, man.
Salute to the bro,
man. Alex, good dude.
Good dude.
He did, what I'm saying? He did our show too. We had a good time.
Man, good dude, right? And so we literally cried on the show. So I
you gotta give us the moment. What
happened? So I lost my mom. My mom passed in 2019.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you, brother. But she passed in 2019, and I was asking him like, yo, what was the most extravagant thing you done with money, right? And he was like, nah, forget the extravagant thing. He was like, yo, I just retired my mom. And so he was like, yo, and he like looked at the camera, and he was like, yo, you guys be on the internet flexing, but y'all be taking care of the people who took care of you. And so he started getting emotional, and I started thinking about how I didn't get the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because like my mom had a stroke back in 2010. So like I was still working, you know what I'm saying? I had just got into entrepreneurship around that time. So I never really, like, she never really saw like
the fruits and labor,
the fruits or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about that. He's getting emotional, and we just start crying. 2 grown men crying on the podcast. And we kept it. He's like, yo, we gotta keep that in the episode to show, you know. But it changed it because I went from caring about the celebrity and the numbers to saying, nah, I need to have these real conversations. You know what I'm saying? These conversations that people can relate to, like people like everyday people are going through stuff. So let me focus on the everyday person who's killing it. And that's how I got the success that I did because people were like, I don't care about the celebrity. I wanna hear about, you know what I'm saying, the Alex Good Energies, the Wall Street Trappers, Mr. 2 Weeks Out. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the people who, you know, who are from the mud and just kind of build something. You know what I'm
saying? That's dope. Like when we had him on here, he was telling us about how
he another New York nigga too, I think. Where he from?
I see. And that's dope, right? To see that how that all played out. You know what I'm saying? That was fire.
That's dope. You know? I feel like like especially with fathers, like I think everybody need a father, like
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you don't have that father figure, I think that's something that's once you find that, you'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna ask y'all a question too. So look, it's a scenario, right? It's a dude that's raising. I mean, he with his girl. He got 2 stepkids, right? The father left. She's not around anymore. The father's not around, right? But this dude had been raising the kids since they was kids. They like 14, 15, right?
He been raising them
since they was kids. The dad left.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He been raising them since they were kids. So the father got cancer, about to get ready to die, and he calls the mom and tells the mom, like, yo, before I leave, I want to take a picture with my daughters. Does the stepfather have any say so, or does the kids be like, you know what I'm saying?
When you say so, like as far as saying,
like he want to take a picture, like, you know what I'm saying? He like, I'm about to ready to leave. I know I'm gonna die, and I want my daughters to come take a picture with me. You know what I'm saying? To have a memory. Does that stepfather have any say so in that?
I would say, a say so. His opinion definitely matters if he was there, for sure. Right. But if him as a stepfather and being in that and just knowing what's what in his position, I wouldn't even mind. Like, yo, he about to check out. This something like at the end of the day, it is your father. So it's like that's something you still gonna take forever because that's something that's permanent. Like me being a stepfather, not saying it's just gonna be temporary, but that's literally like that's not a permanent thing. I'm here as the stepfather. God forbid anything is to happen, but this the man who gave you life, and him leaving, regardless of what it was, what he went through, he want to take a picture, and he's having the time to even acknowledge the call and say, "I want this," so at least they can still have that. Then go ahead. And if he's a man that don't raise them, he know. Like, yo,
that's I always say that too. What I had said, because it was like in one of my group chats, shout out to my boy Jose, he had put that in the group chat. What I had said was, as a kid get older, right? So say you being a stepfather and you raising kids, like I don't care what you tell a kid from like when they get to a certain age, they're gonna be able to make that decision on if they want to be with this guy, around this guy or not. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't care, like a parent right now could tell you, like you can have a stepchild, and the mom could be like, "Oh, your dad ain't shit." That. When they get to a certain age, they gonna want to find out if my dad really wasn't shit. You get what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to hold them back. So at the end of the day, I feel like the kid gonna make that decision anyway. As a stepfather, I just feel like you support the decision either way they want to make it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. I believe the same thing, right? Like. You only get one. You know what I'm saying? So like if that's the biological parent, you know what I'm saying? Like But I agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna force my if I tell my kids, yo, your dad's about to, like if I'm the mom or the stepdad and like, yo, your dad's about to pass, like, yo, we gonna, he want to take a picture with you, and the kids are like, nah, I'm good. I never want to see that man ever again.
And it's like, it's
then
good.
That's a dub.
Then
it's not gonna happen, right? Because I'm not gonna choose a dying man who left my kid's life for how my kids want to fulfill.
Facts. For your satisfaction.
Right. And then who's the picture for?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. That's why I say
like they don't went without these. So it's like.
And then it was like, okay, I got another one for y'all. So a father, right, been in this girl's life her whole life. Her dad never been around. Now, he don't pay for her wedding to get married and everything. The stepfather has paid for the whole wedding. She tells the stepdad that he's not going to walk her down the aisle. Her biological dad going to walk her down the aisle, but the stepdad just paid for everything. How would you feel?
I'm cool. Look,
I will tell you what the dad did. The dad said, "Fuck this shit. This wedding over."
Facts.
He took all his money. The stepdad took all his bread back. He's like, man, what? He like, man, this nigga ain't been around you.
Oh, that's a fact.
I'm gonna take care of you, and I just pay for the whole wedding.
Oh, that's a fact.
You talking about this nigga about to walk you down?
Yeah.
I was like, I feel my man.
Yeah,
I feel my man.
I'm taking everything back ASAP.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you wanted everything. I put orders. I raised you, and this man coming, you talking about he walking you down?
Right. Like you're gonna tell me that I was there for every single, like I raised you into the woman that you are right now.
Yeah.
And that most important part, that culmination, that transition from my house.
I'm giving you away too.
And I'm giving you away. And you're gonna let somebody who, like symbolically, who wasn't even there for you, give you away in a wedding that I'm paying. Nah, justice of peace. You know what I'm saying? You going to the justice of peace.
So look, the family was mad at him. They like, yo, you wildin'. He's like, I'm wildin'. He's like, oh, I think y'all trying to. He's like, oh, I think y'all forget what's going on here. He said, y'all must have heard the scenario. Like, I'm paying for everything, and then I get shut down.
Yeah, that's bugged. That's bugged out.
She wanted all that.
Yeah, that's bugged out. That's
bugged out.
crazy.
That's a scenario. Yeah. So let me ask you something, man. What you think more cutthroat, street business or corporate business?
Corporate, 100%.
Elaborate.
Yeah, so you got to think about it, right? So like with the street business, there's a couple of things, right? Is like we hear all of the stories about, like people doing snake shit to their people, right?
Right.
But that's not the norm. You get what I'm saying? Because like the street got a code, so it's not the norm. That's why when it does happen, we like, yo, that's crazy. I can't believe my man did this or your man did that, because there's this code where you gonna ride regardless, right? So if you look at the street in totality from a percentage perspective, let's just say 80% of the time, bros is on code. Let's just say 20% of the time, dudes is doing some stuff. In corporate, it's like 100% of the time, at some point somebody gonna take you down.
Damn.
Like it's not safe at all. I'm talking about there's no loyalty whatsoever. At any moment, if you slip up, it's actually the rule though, is what I'm saying. Right? At any moment, if you slip up and you lose your position, somebody's gonna take you out.
And it's like they're ready for it.
And they're ready for it. And it's just part of the game. Respect the jokes. Like you don't look at it and be like, well, but I trained you, or you was my assistant. Nah, you look at it and you be like, yo, respect. Like you know what I'm trying to say? Like you waited, you know what I'm trying to say? So I think that business is by the nature of it is cutthroat, right? Because what happens is that in the streets, loyalty might not be good business.
That's a fact.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You might do something out of loyalty that don't make sense from a business perspective. That do not make no sense. But that's my man. That so I'm on code, so I'm gonna rock with him. I'll take the L because my loyalty
lies with him.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in business, you can't be loyal if it's against business. Right? So like if I'm in a business arrangement with somebody and it don't make sense to them from a business perspective to keep my partnership with, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Then if they decide to go in a different direction, or if it's vice versa, you know what I'm saying, I'm in a partnership with somebody, I'm like, nah, that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason, and I'm not defending it, I don't know exactly what happened, but when you think about like Jay and Dame, right?
Right.
I believe the reason why Dame is hurt is because when he looks at what they built, he like, yo, I thought you was my man.
Yeah.
Right? And so you should, right, put loyalty over business. There's certain things that you're doing like don't make sense from a loyalty perspective. But Jay is like, yo, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Right?
Let me handle my
business.
Damn.
Right.
So now he's looking at, right? He's looking at it.
I feel like we was Rockefeller all over again.
You feel me?
Can we do that one more time? You know what I mean? I'm a businessman.
I'm a businessman.
Let me handle my business. Damn.
Right? And so now Hov is probably looking at it from a business perspective, and there might be certain things that Dame is doing that don't make sense for business.
Right.
And so he had to make
That's
that right.
what it was.
Yo, too much flossing.
Yeah.
Too much Sam Ralston. But I had to divorce him.
Right.
Hov got to get that shadow stuff off him. Right?
Hey, we can talk that shit.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Right.
And I don't even want to be famous. Niggas is brainless. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to go through these changes.
Don't do this, man. Don't do this.
Fame is the worst thing known to man. It's worse than dead.
That verse was so crazy.
When you can look in the mirror like, here I am. And still not see what you become. I know I'm guilty of it too, but not like them.
I lost
one. Right? So you feel me?
Niggas be fronting on my boy.
You feel me?
Hey,
you feel me?
Niggas in the background saying, yo, chill, Dave from Harlem.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, do Dave from Harlem. I fuck with Dave. You know what? So, like, how y'all saying that? I say Dame, but you know what Dame did? Because, like you said, he was standing on loyal and he was looking out on some street shit.
Yeah.
Dame was so loyal that he ran through a lot of brick walls for them niggas.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? He ran through mad brick walls for them niggas just to make Rockefeller what it was. Y'all remember on backstage?
Yeah.
Nah, man, Def Jam, y'all on bullshit, man.
Right.
Take them coats off, man. It's the Rockefeller.
Take that jacket off,
You get what I'm saying? Because he was trying to build something. Because, like I said, if you listen to him, I think Dame did the wrong thing. Because, like you said, he say shit, and like his perspective be right as fuck.
Yeah, he's never been wrong.
Yeah.
But it be the wrong man.
It's just the way he chooses his words.
Yo,
Dame is like,
on record,
I fuck with
Dame
like,
is one of the smartest business people on the planet.
Fact,
you know what I'm saying? Like he's one of the smartest people on the planet. But again, when you think about it from a business perspective, how you say things, how you do things, that matters though. Because relationships are more important than being right or wrong. You get what I'm saying? So you could be smart and you could be a business person.
But you know what? That's crazy because back then he probably wasn't thinking about the relationship because he was thinking about my guys.
100%.
He wasn't thinking about it. He like, this my relationship. 100%. This the brand I got. And I'm standing on this brand.
Exactly.
And
that's what he did though. He put all his eggs into the loyalty basket. And not the business basket. You get what I'm saying? And then when you look at Hov is like, nah, I see this trajectory over here. So I stand on business.
And I'm pretty sure they don't have conversations, but Dame is a stubborn and stern nigga. He like, yo, nah, I see what you're saying, but nigga, we built this. We can really take this over. He like, bro, I understand that, but this position of power, these niggas where they at, we have to not necessarily conform or give in, but we have to play their game
100%.
into getting that. And Dame just like, nah, we can do it like this.
Do it like this.
But it's like, nah, because even
like
not even just Dame.
Like I said, one of my favorite Dame interviews on the Breakfast Club, he was saying the realest shit
ever. That was fire.
They took it the wrong way, but he was saying it the realest shit ever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right now, nigga, if you wanted your son to come up here and get a job, you gotta go ask him, nigga. You can't just walk him in here and be like,
go take no vacation.
And you right behind the desk. You not, y'all making this shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
go back to distro and all that. You see niggas and think that they making the bread because they doing it, but the niggas who behind, who making this happen is really what's what. And just with the Dame, and I wanted to chime in too with the Dame and the Hov, because the Dame and Hov shed a light. But what I was gonna say was the Hov and Siegel. He had to make the decision of my loyalty. Like, I rock with you, but do I really say, yo, his loyalty decision would be like, all right, I'm gonna take full responsibility of every decision he make, and he's under my supervision. But then he looked at it like, bro, I can't do that. I can't do that. Like, I love you to death, my nigga, but I can't say I'm responsible for you because you off the wall. You gonna do what you do. Yeah, you want to, in this courtroom, you saying, I'm on this, but I know you. So it's like, I gotta get no respect. It's set. So it's like, it ain't that but it's like, I'm looking at
that's why his drink champ interview so real, because you can see how far them niggas have come.
100%.
He like, man, me back then, I was mad, but me looking back down, like, man, he did the right thing.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's like, yo, because you do that now.
That business shit, that's real.
Don't, if he used to say, yo, I'm responsible for him, anything, he go left and do something.
Right.
Now, Hov, and you responsible for that. And now you fuck up your whole thing. Everything else.
And this is what you got to think, though, from a business perspective, though, too, right? And this is why sometimes you got to think loyal to your business. If you're standing on business, you got to think about how many people are you touching from a business perspective, right? So think about that. He makes a decision and says, yo, I'm gonna stick to loyalty, right? And I'm gonna rock with this dude. This dude do something. Now Hov doesn't become Hov.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
But him, like Jay doing what he does right now is not. It's inspiring so many people, though.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So like his purpose from the seat where he's sitting is not just benefiting him. Yeah. It benefits everybody who's ever been in that Tutelage, right? Yeah. Like y'all had Wayno up here. Yeah. Ain't no Wayno without Rockefeller. Yeah. What? You get what I'm saying?
Shout out to Wayno, man. Wayno got some stories.
That's the bro.
Yeah. Man, what? Look, man, Wayno got stories for days.
That's a fact. It ain't no Wayno
like, man, look, man, I'll sit there and watch him make this. Like, you get what I'm saying? Just like, and like you said, he touched so many
lives, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, and that's for anybody, right? When you start thinking about like purpose, and when you start thinking about like when you have that gut feeling, or when you have that passion, and you like, yo, I wanna do this thing.
Yeah.
When you do it to the maximum level, it ain't only about you. Yeah. There's gonna be people's lives that you are touching and inspiring, right? And like y'all reach millions of people. Yeah. Imagine if y'all gave up. Yeah. Imagine if y'all never did this. Yeah. Like
imagine this is the last episode we done. We'll never do it again.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, there's people who have been blessed by the people that y'all born on. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So it ain't really even all about, like, y'all got an obligation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To keep going. You know what I'm saying?
So, and people don't look at it like that.
Don't look at it like that. And a lot of people just look at it from a selfish perspective. Yeah. Y'all want to take care of me and mine, right? But at the end of the day, your purpose is bigger than that, right? If your purpose in life is only to take care of you or yours, you think it's too small.
Small, yeah, fact.
Because at the end of the day, if I take care of, like, if I reach millions of people, of course you know what I'm saying? Like me blessing millions of people is going to give me millions of dollars to take care of me and mine. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can't just look at it from a small perspective, like, yo, nah, that's a given. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like max out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Reach your maximum potential. Yeah. And in that way, you could bless so many people, and that
you live forever.
Value. Yeah,
that's it. Because it's like once you touch them other people, they spread it. Everything is being taught, and what they got was from you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and people, what separate that is mentality. Like, yo, it's certain people who can have the right mindset or want to do shit, but you really not in position to be this person to lead the pack.
Right.
Like, yo, you could be thinking loyalty and this and that, but it's like when it comes to us doing business and we switching over from the streets to the corporate. Yeah, you can have a principle, but all the rules don't apply in this corporate, bro. Because, nigga, we gonna see certain shit that happen. You can't do nothing to a nigga. Right, exactly. We got to respect it. This has got to go. This was going on. So it's like, are you really ready for what's going on?
Business be crazy anyway because everything be in fine print. Like, oh, you didn't read the fine print? Right. Yeah. Like, nigga, why you got the fine print right there? Street code don't be like
and that's the other thing about it. That's why when you ask, like, what's more cutthroat, it's definitely business, right? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like you said, like in the streets, yo, you got a bad feeling about something, and you're like, you know what I mean? You can take care of it. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? In corporate, it's like you gotta
hold that.
You gotta hold that. Yeah. Like you could get disrespected in business and be like, yo, man, that's
what we was talking about. They fired them and then they hired them back. What were you talking about?
From AI to
yeah.
So like that's crazy. That's crazy. The week before that, I gotta sit in front of all of y'all. Y'all like, you know what, man? We don't really want to fuck with you.
Yo, you out of here, B.
He like, who had the last say so? A nigga over there. Yeah. The nigga who I help, his kids and all that. Yeah, we done with you. And then the next week, niggas like, oh, nah, he back.
He back.
Yeah.
He's like, he back?
Right.
And now you played yourself.
Yeah. That's chess move, though. Right? Because now
you find out who don't really fuck with you.
Right, exactly. You got fired, but then you go to the like Microsoft was like, yo, nah, we got you.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
it's gonna get wicked. Like, yo, now I don't need y'all calling my phone.
Exactly.
Now it's done. It's over for you. You played me. We was good. I'm the nigga with the knowledge to give y'all this shit. Y'all gonna get rid of me?
Exactly.
He said, you get rid of me?
He said, what you do to me? That's hard. That's hard. Man, so we gotta ask you, man, what's your motivation, man? What keep you going, man? What's your motivation?
Man, I think my motivation is just really being in debt, like owing the people who believed in me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm motivated. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, I'm a Hove head. So Hove said the child shall lead. So I'll take it as far as I can, and then we shall see. So for me, it's like there's a lot of people who like believed in me. And so I want to just take it as far as I can, right? As far as I can. Like my motivation is just to really like, set a bar. Like how high of a bar can I set?
Yeah.
And then let the children, let the next generation like really, just take over and see what they could do. So for me, I don't look at my life as mine. Like I don't look at it like, yo, I do this because I want a certain result. I do this because like when it's all said and done, I want it to matter that I was here. You know what I'm saying? Like I need streets named after me. I need buildings named after me.
Book
like
of
I need,
Ash.
you know what I'm saying? Like I need people to understand, like, yo, like if this dude didn't, like if he didn't live, like we wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like for generations to come, like I want my impact to be felt. You know what I'm saying?
And before we wrap up, man, tell them the thing you doing, like the nonprofits you doing.
Yeah, man. So it's funny, right? So salute to Kevin and Tiffany Childs. You know what I mean? If you know, matter of fact. But they was, they ran a magazine called Don Diva Magazine, right?
Right.
And so they were one of the first people that put me on back in like 2000, I'm gonna say 2009, 2010. I was writing for the magazine. And I wrote a column called Ask Cash. I was getting like financial advice. Well, because they had the sticky pages, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys behind the wall, you know what I'm saying, would get the magazine or whatever. And they would order my books and stuff, right? And so, long story short, a lot of guys would come home and they'd be like, yo, when I was locked up, yo, I read your book. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll get Quora links, requests all the time, which is like the email correspondence for guys locked up, wanting to communicate with me based on a book that they read, or I'll get a letter or whatever. So I realized, like, man, like I really got a strong impact, behind the wall. Matter of fact, one time I was with my brother, Bossman Brewster out of Texas, salute to Kedron, and one of his partners from Texas was locked down 24 years. And he was telling Kedron like how he rocked with me. And so one day, me and Kedron together, and the dude calls him, and he's like, yo, bro, you ain't gonna believe who I'm with. He's like, yo, I'm with Ash Cash. Yo, bro, like, nah, no, you not. So I get on the phone, and he like bugging. He like, yo, he started really like spitting back some of the stuff I said in the books to like really show me like, yo, bro, you really, you know what I'm saying? Like I really rock with you. And so I realized that I wasn't being as intentional as I could be for my brothers and sisters behind the wall. There's something called collateral consequences. So people don't know this, but collateral consequences are once you locked up, or not even locked up, honestly, like you might not even do no time. If you plead guilty and do probation, after you have like a record, a felony or whatever, and you've been let go, they have this thing called collateral consequences, which are 45,000 laws and restrictions that stop you from you can't, some jobs you can't get into, if you can't chaperone your kids, to school. There's like so many things that are restrictive, right? And so because of that, a lot of that's why the recidivism rate is so high. And so I decided that I wanted to be more intentional about teaching financial literacy to formerly incarcerated men and women. And so I started an organization called Abundance Code. Code stands for creating opportunities despite the environment. And the goal is just to teach them financial literacy and teach them how to start a business. You know what I'm saying? So that way they don't they don't become affected by these collateral consequences and wind up back in jail. And the goal is to not only teach them about business, but also match them up with an abundance coach who was probably formerly incarcerated themselves, but also have, a thriving business. And so, I launched it, at InvestFest this past August. I interviewed Shine, but also like part of it is really just, doing scholarships and really taking care of the kids though too, right? So it's not just the formerly incarcerated men and women, it's also their families because they get affected as well. So it's an initiative that I'm proud of. We just getting started. So we really right now, it's all about education and teaching them financial literacy, but eventually, some of the things so like, even if you think of this abundance water, this also like on it, actually, it says distributed by Abundance Code LLC. So this is actually my nonprofit organization that is, so anybody who supports the water, you're supporting the nonprofit organization. And ultimately what I want to do is I want to just buy up certain businesses, right? So now imagine somebody coming home and they can't get a job. Well, go ahead, sell some water. Right. You know what I'm saying? Look, I got books. All right, so I'm gonna open up a bookstore and you can work at the bookstore, or transportation, or a cleaning service, or you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, what I want to do is have the nonprofit own all of these different businesses. So now it's not just charity; it's more do for self, and I can provide the opportunities.
That's fire.
That's fire, man. Is
that what you using the AC? You running with that?
So if you know, right?
Yeah,
so it's funny because. It's a quick story. So this AC, so I got the AC everywhere, right?
I see you all AC up, man.
Nothing wrong with that. And so what wound up happening is this used to be the Ash Cash logo, right? And I used to, have them. I used to wear the hats all the time. And so people be like, yo, where can I get a hat from? And I would feel weird because I'm like, I don't want nobody buying this is my name. Like, I don't want nobody wearing my name. You know what I'm saying? So I felt weird. So I was like, man, like, what could I do to be able to help or allow people to wear this? So I said, you know what? I'm gonna create a community because I own the trademark to Abundance is Your Birthright. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna start a community called Abundance Community, right? And so I said, Abundance Community is my community, AC. So now the AC stand for Abundance Community. Now I started my nonprofit. We're gonna do Abundance Code. You know what I'm saying? So now it's creating opportunities like environment. You know what I'm saying? Like my I have a mastermind called the Abundance Circle. You know what I'm saying? So everything is about abundance. Everything's the AC. You know what I'm saying?
Where you got Ash Cash from? Where you got that from?
So my real name is Ash, right? Okay. So Ash Exantis, but right around the Cash Money time. That was actually
that was your rap name.
Not my AOL name. That was my AOL instant messenger name. It was Ash Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? But funny story though. That's my AOL name. But when I started working at the bank. In 2009, I was working at Chase. They can't do nothing to me now. But I was working at Chase, and it's a conflict of interest to write a book or to teach financial literacy or anything without getting permission from the bank. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I was licensed. I had my 6, my 63, and it's it's a conflict of interest. So Drake style, I said, ask for forgiveness, not for permission. So I said, I want to write this book, but they're going to know Ash Exantis. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I said, nobody know Ash Cash. And so I was like, so I dug up my old high school name, and I was like, I'm going to just write this book under Ash Cash. And it made sense because if I'm writing a financial literacy book, I'm talking about finance, Ash Cash works. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote the book under Ash Cash. By the time I left the bank and I could be at Ash Exantis again, Ash Cash was more famous than Ash Exantis. I said,
I'm Ash Cash. That's hard. That is dope. That is dope, man. Yeah, that's fire. Man, that's hard, man. But like I said, man, thank you again,
pleasure, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
On a Friday night and blessing us, man. Yes, you know what I'm saying? We're going to let you sign yourself out, man. Tell them your IG, where they can find your podcast at, your books, and all that, bro.
Yeah, man. So first, y'all can go to InsideTheVaultTV.com. It'll take you straight to the YouTube page. You can subscribe to Inside the Vault with Ash Cash, the greatest money mindset show on the planet. Go to my website, IamAshCash.com. Follow me on all social media platforms at IamAshCash.
Okay, that's what's up, man. And y'all tap in, go get the books and everything, man. My boy got 15 in, man.
And drink that fucking
water, man. Get you some water, man. Get you some more abundance. Well, y'all already know, man, this Fat Nasty Podcast, man. That's half of the Belly Gang boys.
Let me put my belly on your butt, Jared.
And we signing out, y'all.
That was fire.
G.